Hello everyone, welcome to Ignition.
Hello and welcome to the first episode where we're going to be doing a few repairs to our L200. We're going to be changing the centre bushing, we're going to be changing the spider joints, and we are going to be putting new shocks and leafs all over this L200, so stick with us.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is get it up on the ramp. We're going to be taking the wheels off, we're going to be taking the side steps off, so let's do that now.
Don't make me get my hands dirty. Okay,
we're off. Okay, so we've just taken the side steps off and I've done a little check under the vehicle, as you do, just having a look at it, and I've come across this. It seems to be a transfer case mount to hold it against the chassis, and there's a rubber bushing up here. I'll get a close-up of it now, and if you can see around the edge there, it's completely split. It doesn't look in the best of health. And when you're decelerating and accelerating, the gearbox does slightly move a bit, so this could be the culprit. And if I do a little up and down, you can see that it does wobble in there. So we're going to take the chance to fix that during this episode. As we've got everything off, we may as well do it as well. This way. Alright. I got it. Great. Is that coming?
That'll do. Yep. Stay at that.
So now, as you can see, as my dad does all the work here.
Well, I do all the work.
I might go and make myself a coffee, but anyway, we're going to take the front bumper off now. That's the next thing we're going to whip off.
You notice I do most of the work and I'm old and frail.
Yeah, I think it's the first time for the camera, you know, I think he wants to impress you all.
It's only the camera, normally I'm in the corner slurping coffee.
I've never seen him do so much work in his life.
No.
Okay, so we've just taken the grill off and I thought I'd show how we're going to do it and how we have done it. So on the top there's two bolts to undo here, they're a 10mm. Then there's two clips, one on each end here, so you just push them down. I used a flathead screwdriver, and that just pops the top of the grill off. And then in these vents on each side, there are two more clips just like these, and we used a bit of penetrating fluid just to assist with that. So they extend it, and in there's a little button, and it does seem like you're going to break it, but you don't. Penetrating fluid does help. Just give it a push and then use the vent here and pull the bottom out, and it just pops off like so.
And one in the centre.
And look, there you are, you can see. The one in the centre for us was already off, so we got lucky there, but it's fairly simple, and hopefully that helped. Right, so as you can see, we've been having a bit of trouble getting the bumper off, but it's all a learning curve for us here. As you can see, this bracket is attached up here. We've undone these bolts, but we figured it's easier just to undo these two, and then it releases it from the side of the car. And these three popper clips are not necessary to remove, which we found out the hard way.
Yep.
And this is the only one you need to remove.
In fairness, we're going to be stripping this down because with my powder coating obsession, anything that's hidden, I'm going to powder coat blue just for my own satisfaction. I said I'm ready, but it's gone back on. Beans.
There we are. Right, to you, to me to you.
Next time you see all of this, it's going to be mwah!
Okay, so now we're just going to take the time to sit down and sort of take all the metal brackets off this bumper, because as we have a slight obsession with powder coating, we're going to probably powder coat these, but we'll see how they turn out. as you can see, this is a great example of my dad's patience, well, whatever patience he's got. He decided he couldn't get the bolt out, so he's just going to drill it instead.
One could soak it.
For a day or two, but it doesn't want to wait that long.
It's annoyed me.
Okay,
oh, I've got it here.
Let's get it to focus. So here you are, here's the screw that he's just drilled out. You can see that it sort of just destroys the thread a little bit, and then it can just pop out. But it's almost the same size as the thread, that's the only thing that you need to bear in mind.
Okay, so as you dig into your vehicle, particularly this one, as Nathan's off-roaded it fairly well, everything here, this light does come apart, but it's absolutely full of mud, so we're going to have to soak that in some sort of fluid and try and get some of the dust and crud that's in there that's holding it together, because obviously we don't want to break the bulbs or anything, but that's why that is dangling. You saw me drilling that out, again, because everything in this is an old vehicle. We've soaked most things in some penetrating fluid, but you're going to find something that you want to take off that you haven't, and if you're impatient like me, I know I am, most of it will come off, but if it won't, you've seen that you can drill them, and if you get into trouble with rounding heads off, this is the pot not calling the kettle black. Take some time. All you need to do is, I've done it a few times because of my lack of patience, make sure you drill very central, and a drill, try and get a drill to roughly the size of the hole that the nut or screw or bolt or whatever you're trying to remove, and it should, again, if you're replacing something like this, it doesn't matter greatly. Now, one of the other things we do, hear the cat in the background, that I like to do, when you've got all the bolts off, now will that focus on there? Probably not. So got all the bolts in, we're not going to be putting these on back for a while, so that we can use them. We tend to use Roostoff from Worth and give that a good liberal coating, shake them all around, and I just leave them for however, this one's probably going to be off the road now for probably 6 weeks, so we just leave everything sitting there, and the rust will disappear, and then you can clean them off depending on wire brush them, or if you've got a machine, even better, and then they can go back on. So we'll show you everything we've taken off. I'm going to do some vacuuming before we go home so that the workshop's nice and clean, because there's a heck of a lot of mud falling off this. So let's go and have a look at what we've taken off.
Okay, so this is sort of the final part of the video here. This is what we've taken off. It's our pile. It's actually quite a lot, considering it didn't feel like we'd taken off that much. But so we've taken off all the wheels, we've taken off the spare one as well, just to clean that up. Grills off, bumpers off. This pile here, as you can see, the brackets off the front bumper, they're all for powder coating purposes, so we're excited to get those done. We also took off the side steps and all the bits that hold the bumper on, as you can see, these metal pieces here. So this has all got to be cleaned up, and I think I'm now going to set my shop machine, aka father, on the cleaning duties. Okay, so now we've got, well, our bestest friend, we call, well, not even, we don't even know the name, but she's come to see us today, so that's why we had to cut the video there. Very nice to see her, actually. We haven't seen her for a few days. But in the next video, we're going to be dismantling the front suspension and cleaning up the, well, the whole area of the car, because it's a bit dirty and there's a bit of rust to sort out. But I'm on cat duty now, so I'll catch you all on the next one.